Hello everyone, this is Gorax and today I'm gonna show you another Continental Challenge boss. This time around we're gonna tackle Khrysos. In this video I will show you all the best formations that you can build, including free-to-play and spenders. Now before we start we need to know what we are dealing with. Heroes' basic attacks deal extra non-crit physical damage equal to 100% attack once. When breaking the boss shield, the shield breaker gains 50% attack bonus, but that's not only thing that we need to worry about. Khrysos, while possessing a layered shield, will inflict a stack of irresistible and undispellable weaken. He basically takes 30% more damage. Heroes with shield dispelling abilities can dispel 20 stacks of layered shield. However, we can also dispel this shield by just basically auto-attacking, and this is what I've been doing here, as that works the best, as currently we don't really have good heroes that can remove shield at the exact time we want. Before we jump to the testing, let me show you the psychic core that I have currently, tier 5 maxed. Obviously you will have less when it comes to side elements, but I did not unlock 6 yet. I will unlock 6 next week, as you're gonna start getting quite a lot of the Psychic Core Affinity Soulment after this Continental Challenge boss's first week finishes. As always, remember, no Tempering or Elemental Affinity added to the equipment, basic equipment all over my teams. First, we're gonna start with the best teams. We'll start with the lowest to the highest damage, and then I'll introduce few free-to-play friendly teams that will help you score 22 million damage and more. So the first team you can see is the 5-hero Dauntless Team. This team can do over 200 million damage, and we'll be using Ancestral Protection on our Monkey King with his QE Crown. We will also use Nastjenka as damage dealer with the Nastjenka's artifact. Without this artifact, you're losing a lot of damage, so about 40% damage less. Keep that in mind. Sypha will be our 3 ears emblem enabler plus witch's remain applier. We'll have Farival with puppeteer set and horseshoe, as that grants us the biggest damage so far, and Ivalios with the fan. And as you can see, everyone in the team is using the Mountain Echo set. We have no healer, no support, we need extra sustain. Our skill timings in this team will be as follows. Monkey will be on default. He gains a lot of energy, he can cast his skills constantly. You can even consider putting Witch's Remain on him and building Sypha more offensively. And then we have Farival and Nastjenka, and eventually we'll have Ivalios hit as well. And the fight is pretty simple. I'm going to show you that on free speed. You'll notice that Khrysos does cast his shield with the battle skill, and the battle skill is pretty much what's killing us. It's not the ultimate, really. And we are slowly chipping that shield away. Same for the ultimate. When he casts ultimate, we'll get 40 stacks of the shield, but each basic attacks remove it and we just get rid of it. So the best idea here is to time your ultimates after the boss's shield depletes, so you don't waste damage. And yeah, as I said, there's not really anything else here. We are getting this weakened state, we are getting the attack speed penalty here, which we obviously can remove if we bring supports they can dispel. So as you can see, we're at 2 minutes 30 seconds left on the clock. Our team can still survive. We're taking damage. Monkey is healing. Once the monkey falls, everyone else will fall as well, but we should be very close to hitting 200 million mark. And I mean, yes, you can use this team, but I don't see a reason you can't bring any of the epic supports, as they will make this just so much easier, which will be our next teams. Monkey dies, everyone dies, and we move on to the next team. 202 million damage done. As I said, if you bring a support, your team will only do better. We're gonna use exactly the same equipment on our damage dealers. The only difference will be we'll bring in Zephy. I would still say the epic supports are way better in this dungeon than Zephy, but just for the fun, we brought in Zephy to boost Ivelios damage, and the timings here will be slightly different. We will cast Zephy's ultimate at 16 and 18 second rotation, like with everyone. The damage timings are exactly the same, and the only difference in this fight compared to the other is there's no special mechanics really involved. We will be casting Zephy's ultimate, so we can survive this ultimate of Khrysos, and instead of using so many pieces of the skill of the lifesteal equipment, we can add a little bit more damage, and the team will also hit 200 million damage without any issues. And here we are approaching 200 million mark. Still everyone's at full HP. We cast this ultimate, but the battle skill is the annoying part because it targets a large area, so we need to find the perfect placement to avoid it. And yeah, we're taking a lot of damage. Hopefully we'll survive the whole battle. If not, then we can try and improve this team, but 209 million on my previous run is a solid damage, and depending on RNG, we still got 40 seconds, so if Nastjenka doesn't die, we can still make it over 210 million on the next rotation. Just look at that. Still chipping full HP thanks to this mundane echo set that helps us regenerate our HP. But as I said, Zephy is not mandatory. You can use your Vortex team, use an Ife Cattle here, and she will work just fine. Now you can also build her with extra accuracy and pray that the RNG will be helpful and you will hit the exact timing when he gets a shield, so you can dispel it pretty immediately. But it's hard to time it this way. So our skill timings, as the equipment is pretty much the same as the Temporal Vortex team, is 17 seconds here, so we get this defense up on the ultimate, and we also get extra healing to ensure we are always at full HP. You can tweak it around, you can cast it after battle skill instead, so you'll get the benefits of both, but 17 seconds still does cover the battle skill basically, right? You can even make it like 17 and a half to ensure that it works. Damage dealers exactly the same, and let's just play this fight as there's nothing really changing. Obviously placement is mandatory, is important with Ife Cattle, because her skills have certain range, which is the diamond shape range, but other than that it's pretty much the same fight. And here we are hitting close to 200 million damage with 2 minutes left on the clock, and a few of our heroes just died. But don't worry if that happens, just retry the fight and you will deal enough damage, as it always is with this kind of encounters. Now we're looking at 206 million damage. Let's see how long we can take. Nastjenka died now, so it won't go that much up, but we still got Ivelios, who is, doing solid damage, let's be honest. And here we are at 208 million with this team. However, the best performance team here is this exact same team, but this time around we're gonna use Nathaniel, who is a way better support. Here we got healing, we got shielding, we got a lot, and we can utilize the horn buff, which will increase the damage of our heroes. Similarly, the only difference in this team will be when we cast this ultimate, and we'll cast it at 16 seconds. We can do even 17, but that works just fine. So once again, no special strategy involved, just placement. You need to keep your heroes around Nathaniel, as Nathaniel will grant them recovery over time with his battle skill, and also a chance to remove the attack speed penalty, because he can remove debuffs using his battle skill. And as you can see, the damage 1 minute, 50 million already done, mainly due to the horn buff. This increases the damage. Look at Nastjenka's DPS, 800,000 achieved there, compared to like 700,000, even 900,000 DPS. That is huge, and this is why we're getting this damage output. And obviously the team might die, but by the time they die, they will outdamage any other team I showed you so far. And here we are, 200 million damage, 2.5 minutes left on the clock. So now it's all about optimizing our heroes to ensure they survive the battle, to do some extra damage, as this damage over 200 million is what will decide your rankings at the end of Continental Challenge. You want to dish out few extra millions compared to your competition, and this is why once I cover all the bosses, I will make a single video going over which teams you should use at each boss at each week to get the most points and rank the best you can, the best to your abilities. As you can see, this is definitely the easiest team to pull off. 214 million on the first try, with I believe 218 or 19 million being my highest score with this team. Now, for those of you who don't have Nastjenka's artifact, let's run this team and see the damage. We still managed to hit 50 million mark in 1 minute, but Nastjenka's DPS is way lower. I'm using the lamp artifact, so that might not be the best choice, but I think it's one of the good choices you can use, as she gains a lot of extra damage thanks to that. And very close to 200 million damage without Nastjenka's exclusive artifact. Now keep in mind, really, keep in mind I'm using a very powerful setup here. Some of you might not have this setup available, but veteran players will, because those heroes were easily obtainable in all the previous seasons, but still 204 million damage without the exclusive artifact. Now, let's move on to the free-to-play friendly teams. And I will be honest with you, if you don't have Nastjenka, or you don't have any of the legendary Dauntless teams, you will struggle. The team that I prepared for you did 27 million damage using no mythic artifacts and only epic and free heroes like Wukong. As I said, you can use Wukong with Witch's Remain or Crown, and this will work well. Now, obviously, this team will have possible replacements, so we're using Shaltar instead of Ivelios. Ivelios is just a better option here. We're still using Nathaniel, who is the best option. However, we don't have Horn, so we're losing a lot of potential damage. Monkey, we're gonna use Monkey instead of Sufa, and we're gonna use Nimbus instead of Farival, and we're gonna use Vani instead of our Nastjenka. Okay, so that's the issue. There's not enough damage here in this team. We don't really have good replacements, and these are the skill timings, very similar to what we use and do with the top Dauntless team. And as you can see, yes, we can fight, but without the horn buff, we're not really have much damage increase. The DPS will be rather low. Shelter will eventually overtake our damage dealers, as that's how it's supposed to be, but he's very squishy. He's an epic hero, he's a melee hero as well, so he will be taking a lot of additional damage. But yeah, as a free-to-play player, all you need to do really is hit the 22 million mark, and as you can see, we're very close to do it with this team. The highest I got so far was 27 million. Let's see if we can survive the next ultimate of the boss, as Nathaniel is now really low on HP. And there we go, we survived that, so we can do a little bit more damage, but look how much damage the battle skill is doing. I'm always afraid, because we mitigating damage of the ultimate, but it's the battle skill that we have no mitigation over, and Nathaniel falls, and shortly after, everyone else will fall, because we don't have shield to mitigate the damage from Nathaniel. But hey, if you got Nastjenka and don't have any mythic artifacts, you also don't have any other legendary heroes, because you might have been unlucky, you can use her here as well, and the damage will go up to 53 million, which is basically double of what we've done with the other team. So yeah, bring your Nastjenka, utilize her. Everything else is the same here as in the previous team, but the team damage output is higher. Now remember, if you have Nastjenka, you don't have any mythic artifacts, but you have other legendary heroes, your damage will skyrocket. If you have Ivelios, Ivelios is enough to push this team to 100 million, well, maybe not 100 million, but like 70 million damage. Then if you bring in Farival instead of Nimbus, that is another damage boost. Imagine if you get Sufa as well. This team will do very good, even without mythic artifacts. With this team, without mythic artifacts, like with the best team I showed you, but without a single mythic artifact, even no witches remain, you will still do over 100 million damage. So improve on what I'm showing you. I'm showing you the weakest variant of these teams, but I know you guys can improve upon them. Instead of me showing you the best free-to-play equipment, I'll show you what I'll show you a setup like that, and on this you build. You have already the knowledge, you've been playing this game, and you will replace the artifacts. Look at the best team I showed you for the spenders and use that up to your potential. But this shows you the templates you can use if you don't have the right heroes or if you don't have the right artifacts. And obviously, as a free-to-play player, your goal is 22 million damage to get the most of the crystals and get Uteor or whatever other reward you really want. So good luck with that. And this pretty much is the end of this video. We covered everything. There's not one team that is standing out. There is no cheese strategy against this boss. Maybe I'll find one in the next week. But that's pretty much it. So yeah, if you want more of this, guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel and press that button, the notification button that will tell you when my videos are up. On top of that, as always, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.